Are we live? Is this thing on? Hi, folks. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It's your boy Disco coming to you live from the nation's capital, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And by nation, I mean like the nation I live in. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm having a great day. And I'll tell you why it's a great day, because for football fans like me, it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas in May. Why is it Christmas in May, you say? Because we are getting so much information on schedule release, and there's so many implications when it comes to doing our fantasy football drafts, our fantasy football preparations, especially here in the best ball world on Drafters Fantasy. We are currently queued up in the Drafters main, the Drafters $1,000,003. It's $2.5 million in total prizes, $500,000 to first place. And we got 4 out of 12 people. So we're going to be talking a lot of schedule before we draft, but that's okay. But before we talk about that and anything else, let's talk about what we're doing, where we're doing it at, and how you could do it too. Okay. So first and so first and foremost, the tournament we're queued up in and what we're doing the giveaway for tonight is the Drafters Main. It's $2.5 million in total prizes, $500,000 goes to first. Total points format, it's PPR. Most points wins. It's best ball weekly scoring, weeks 1 to 17. There's 12 teams drafts. There's a fast and slow. Do not do the slow because it's like watching paint dry. Honestly, I hate it. I mean, sure, the theory behind it's cool, but don't do it. Especially if you need closure. Like I do, 30 seconds is long enough. 30 seconds is an eternity between picks. And like, God forbid, you're either at the front of the draft or the end of the draft, then you got to wait forever. And you're like, okay, well, what if I get sniped here? What if I get... Don't do the slow draft. Don't do the slow draft. Just don't do it. It's good for your sanity. It's good for your sanity. All right? All right. There's also the Drafters Mini. Okay? I love the Drafters Mini. I've already done 30 of these. Swear to God. $20K to first, $2 entry, $100,000 in total prizes. Same rules apply on how scores and points are applied and how you can win and finish in placement. It is best ball format. Now, best ball format, in my humble opinion, is the best and most convenient way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted into your weekly matchup. So no more leaving points on the bench. No more waiver wires. No more trades. None of that garbage. Get that garbage out of here. You literally just draft it and forget it unless you're winning a really, really, really ridiculous amount of money. And if you sign up today on Drafters Fantasy Sports, boy, do I got a treat for you. Make sure you use promo code DiscoDrafts on Drafters Fantasy Sports. You'll get up to $100 matched with your initial deposit. So say you deposit $100, well, you'll have $200 to use on the app. And if you complete one of the 2 drafts that I mentioned earlier, either the Drafters Mini or the Drafters Main, I will give you a free ticket for the Drafters Main as well. So shout out to you guys who have supported the promo code. It is the best promo code in the business, so you're smart. Shout out to you folks. And let's catch up with the chat and see how everybody's doing. Before we do that, we'll refresh. We'll see where this draft is at. 4 out of 12 still. All right. Well, we're going to queue up for the $2 one as well. And if that fills first, we'll draft there. But let's catch up with the chat. You beautiful folks are all here, and I'm really looking forward to doing this giveaway. Greg Kellogg, the legend himself, says, I am here. Hello, Greg. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. Thank you for tuning in and supporting the channel and your boy. Looking forward to talking football with you much more. Way more. Fantasy Fish, hello. Nice to finally be able to tune in live. What's up, brother? Thank you for tuning in. What's up, brother? Thank you for tuning into the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. Brian Dudek. Brian, what's up, brother? This is one of the best fantasy football minds. I'm very excited that you are in our Dynasty League. This Dynasty League is full of studs. Full of studs. Speaking of studs in our Dynasty League, we got Uncle Mercy, Mr. Steven Hulick himself. Hello, brother. How you doing? He says, yo. If only drafters was allowed in Pennsylvania. You told me that West Virginia was a 15-mile drive away from you. You could literally go to West Virginia and draft whenever. 15 miles doesn't seem a lot. Um, uh, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Disco. Disco Dave. No, Disco Duck. Absolutely not. It's Disco Just One. You got it. You got it, Greg. Where's the biddy? I'm BDE biddy. Big draft energy. You're already no, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we can get into a draft of some sort here, but I'm looking forward to talking about the schedule. There has been a few leaks in terms of schedules. Like I know the whole New York Giants schedule, weeks 1 to 18. I know their entire schedule. We got Christmas Day news on a Wednesday on Netflix. Love it. We got a lot of games overseas this year. That whole schedule has also been released. So we'll go over all that right now. Good afternoon, my brother, says Commissioner Ron. How you doing, brother? Why don't you queue up in one of these tournaments with us, brother? We got room. We got plenty of room. Queue up. We're in the drafters main. We're also queued up in the drafters mini. Whatever one you want to queue up, we're gonna do. We're gonna do both. Brian Dudek says I'm excited for fantasy football too. Man, I've done 30 of those, 9 of these. I've done 39 drafters means, or drafters, just like real money drafts. I've done 30 minis, 9 drafters means. This is going to be my 10th. But yeah, I've done 39 real money drafts so far. I'm locked in. I'm fully loaded. I've pretty much mastered the ADP. I got it all figured out and all sorted. There are a few free agent moves that I'm waiting to see. But other than that, we're doing pretty good. Now, I will say, if you guys want to enter the giveaway and you're watching on X, one, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. But the only way you can enter the giveaway is if, one, you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Shout out to you beautiful folks. We've passed 600 YouTube subscribers. Very monumental. Very grateful. I appreciate it. So hop on in here. Make sure you guys enter the giveaway. You know, the more this channel does well, the more we want to give back to the community, to the people who have supported us. So let's talk schedule. All right. We'll go over, I got it up here. We'll go over the Giants leaked schedule. Their whole schedule has been leaked, which is ridiculous. All right. So week 1, the Giants are at home against against the Minnesota Vikings. Week 2, they're at the Washington Commanders. Week 3, they're at the Cleveland Browns. Week 4, they're at home versus the Cowboys. That's the Thursday night football game. Week 5, they're at Seattle. Week 6, they're at home again versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 7, they're at home versus the Cincinnati Week 6 game is Sunday Night Football. Week 7, they're at home versus the Eagles. Week 8, they're on the road at Pittsburgh for Monday Night Football. Week 9, they're going against the Washington Commanders once again at home. Week 10, they're going to Germany and they're playing the Carolina Panthers there. Week 11's their bye. Week 11, they got the Buccaneers at home. Week 12, they got the Buccaneers at home. Week 11's their bye. Week 13, they're at Dallas for Thanksgiving. So that's one of the Thanksgiving games at Dallas. Week 14 at home versus the Saints. Week 15 at home versus the Ravens. Week 16 on the road against Atlanta. Week 17, they're at home versus the Colts. Week 18, they're on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah. That's the full Giants schedule. I wish I had like more leaks, but I have all the standalone games that the Jets will have. There's 7 of them. There are 7 standalone games. So week 1, they got the San Francisco 49ers for Monday Night Football. They're in San Francisco. Week 3, Thursday Night Football, they're playing the Patriots at home. This is the New York Jets. Week 5, they are at home. No, they're not at home. Week 5, they're in London playing the Minnesota Vikings. Week 6, Monday Night Football, they have the Bills. Week 7, Sunday Night Football. It's like almost every week they're on primetime. Week 7, they're at Pittsburgh, Sunday Night Football. Week 9, the Texans are coming to town for Thursday Night Football. week 11, they have a home game Sunday Night Football against the Indianapolis Colts. So that's pretty gnarly. That's pretty cool. Let's see where our drafts are at here. And then we got the 2 Christmas games. So we got the Ravens at Texans and the Chiefs at the Steelers. Yeah. And you can only watch these games on Netflix. Yep, Netflix. And this is on a Wednesday. Wednesday, December 25th, 2024. The Christmas Day games are going to be on Netflix. And then the Giants have also announced that they have a new Hard Knocks offseason because nobody wants to look at the Giants preseason or anything like that because it's going to be catastrophic. So yeah, that's some schedule talk for you guys. All right, close that. Let's see what our draft's at. So the drafters main right now is 3 out of 12. We actually lost somebody. And the drafters mini is 6 out of 12. So we'll get to drafting soon. Let's catch up with the chat. Ron says, "What's up, Greg? Hope all is good. You two legends know each other? Amazing. Disco is live on my phone, but not on my laptop. Weird. It's all good. It's all good. I need to do a couple before I do one live with you. All good, brother. But like, there's no shame in the game, right? Because like we learn from our mistakes. We learn on how to pivot. That's why we do so many freaking drafts and get all these drafts in. Yeah. But I totally understand. While still in recovery mode from the puppy loss, but otherwise great. What happened? What happened? What? You lost a dog? My heart goes out to you. I have 3 of them. So like, damn. I'm sorry. It's always tough losing a fur baby. You're in my prayers, my friend. Mine as well. Got it fixed. It's on the laptop. Sweet. We have 15 viewers. Once again, folks, we are queued up in both the Drafters Main and Drafters Mini. We're going to do 2 drafts, and we're also going to talk about schedule release. I am very excited for this day, simply because I get to figure out, like, okay, Buffalo's probably the closest place for me to go, and I know that Buffalo hosts New England every year. If you guys didn't know, I'm a diehard New England Patriots fan. Very religious about my Pats. But like the last few years, it's been like really bad weather games, and the Patriots haven't been worth going to go see. So hopefully it's early enough in the season where the Bills are hosting the Pats and we get to go watch my Patriots play the Bills. I doubt we're gonna win, but we always seem to steal one from them, even if we suck. I'm so sorry to hear that, Greg. My condolences go out there with you. All right, so since we're here and we got 13 people on the stream, shout out to you beautiful folks tuning in. Let's start the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway nice and early. What's a good way to? Okay. We're gonna do a little quiz, and I tweeted it earlier, so you'll see a bunch of people putting the right answer here, but whoever answers the right answer to my quiz question will enter the giveaway, and that will be drawn at the end of the stream. At this rate, we'll probably be able to see some of this live announcement of the schedule as well. So there are 4 teams in the AFC East. 4. Okay, you got the New England Patriots, my Pats. You got the Miami Dolphins, you got the New York Football Jets, and you got the Buffalo Bills. 4 teams in the AFC East. Now, where do the New York Jets rank amongst all other teams in the AFC East in terms of who's won the most AFC East championships? Where do the New York Jets rank? To enter the giveaway, you have to respond with the right answer. If you get it wrong, it's okay. So there's 4 teams in the AFC East, and it's kind of a trick question. Yeah. All right. Fantasy Fish has entered the giveaway. Fantasy Fish has entered the giveaway. If you guys are not signed up on Drafters Fantasy Sports, do it now. There's no time better than now. We'll match your initial deposit dollar for dollar. We'll double up your initial deposit. So if you put 25, you'll have 50. If you put 50, you'll have 100. If you put 75, you'll have 150. Look at me with the maths. If you put 100, you'll have 200. Plus, once you completed a mini or a Drafters main, I will personally give you a ticket to the Drafters main. Patriots. Don't think you got the question right, my friend, but I still appreciate you. Fantasy fifth. Fish had it correct with fifth. Yeah, fifth. Ron Karras says third. I know there's 4 teams in that division, and they're fifth. They're fifth. And I just say that to say this. As a Patriots fan, there's no greater joy than New York Jets misery. New York Jets misery makes me so happy. But that's a divisional rival, right? That's a divisional rival. Fifth, exactly. Correct answer, Greg. So Greg's entered the giveaway. Fantasy Fish has entered the giveaway. Ron Karras has entered the giveaway. Fantasy Fish says, "I saw your post. It's pretty comical. It's pretty comical." I had one guy say, "Like, get a life. Like, is this all you do?" Absolutely. This is 100% all I do. I pride myself on taking joy on the misery of the New York Jets. Brian Dudek says fourth. Wrong, but you've also entered the giveaway fifth. Yeah. So the reason nice. Greg Carlog says my entry was for Wendy. Amazing. Amazing. So the reason why they entered or why they're fifth is because before there was the expansion team, the Indianapolis Colts were in the AFC East as well. So there was 5 teams in the AFC East, and the Indianapolis Colts have more AFC championship titles or AFC East championship titles than the New York Jets, which is absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I don't think people are drafting a lot. I'll tell you why people aren't drafting a lot, and it's kind of smart of them. Like, okay, so the NFL schedule release is coming out tonight. Makes sense. Makes perfect amount of sense. It's coming out tonight. So we don't want to get caught up in a buy-mageddon. That's why I'm so invested in this schedule release, especially for these best ball tournaments. If you have a 2 quarterback build or a 2 tight end build or both, if these guys share the bye week, you're kind of screwed that entire week, and you kind of shoot yourself in the foot for that entire week and that entire tournament, right? So you want to make sure that you have some sort of bye week correlation as well. You don't want to panic about bye weeks. Like, bye weeks aren't the end all be all. Like, it's okay to have one off week, but at the quarterback position, especially since last year they went down like crazy. You got to invest, man. You got to make sure that you stagger those bye weeks correctly. All right. Why is this not filling? Huh. So weird. I swear I did 4 of these drafts earlier today. That's crazy to me. Everybody having a wonderful day? Everybody having a good day? This in God damn. Sorry, something in my contact lens. How many roster spots? You have 20 roster spots. So it's yeah, definitely got something in my contact lens. Yeah. Yeah, we'll pivot. We'll fight through this. So you got 1 quarterback. Your starters consist of 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers. Mind you, it is PPR. So 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. You'll see a lot of roster constructions be like 3 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 8 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. That's kind of your prototypical build and scheme to build. I kind of try to go away from the prototype build because to be unique against 180,000 other people, you have to have your own unique kind of roster construction. And you don't do it to be cute. Like, if you have 2 awful quarterbacks, you need a third, sometimes even a fourth. If you have 2 awful tight ends, sometimes you need a third, so maybe even a fourth. You let the draft come to you and you build your roster the way you want to build it. But I really try to not get more than 2 quarterbacks. I really try not to get more than 2 tight ends, unless I'm pushing either one of those positions. But typically the position that I'm pushing, and I wouldn't say I'm really pushing it, I'm just taking best available. I'm not going out of my way to get them. Um, is running back. Like if I can get one running back within the first 4 or 5 rounds, I'm happy. Like I'll go single RB and build around that running back, and then just get as much value in the later rounds as possible. Like guys like Gus Edwards, and I know Nick Chubb is coming off an injury and he probably won't play, but uh, Austin Eckler's going off the board round 10, round 9, 10. Gus Edwards going off the board round 11. These are both good, really good starting running backs. So there's great value. So I'm pushing that value and I'm making sure that I'm prioritizing really, really good wide receivers. But if a guy like Isaiah Pacheco falls past the ADP, which hasn't happened since we said that Isaiah Pacheco is one of our favorite running backs this year, like we're gonna take him. If James Cook, Rashad White, if those guys fall, absolutely. Derrick Henry, if he falls, yeah, take the king. Boo boo. Yeah, Derrick Henry is like early to mid second round right now. Early to mid second round. That's when he's going off the board. But like I'm not going to pass on Cooper Kupp in round 3. I'm not going to pass on a guy like Travis Kelce in round 3 or 4. I'm not going to reach on a Josh Jacobs over one of those guys in a PPR format. It's just the and everybody builds their rosters different, right? Everybody builds their rosters different. But like what we try to pride ourselves in is like we really want to get, 3 strong wide receivers in our first 5 picks, build around that by taking best available. And then we want to project who is going to have a breakout season. We want to project the next Sam Laporta, the next Puka Nacua, the next Jaden Reed. We want to project the next Rashee Rice, not the race car driver Rashee Rice, because that's crazy. We don't want to project that. What a bonehead. What a bonehead. Like the whole world's in your lap. The whole world is in your lap, and you're just going to piss it away. You're just going to piss it away. And then he gets into an altercation at a nightclub while he's still dealing with this first issue. What an absolute bonehead. So the Drafters mini is at 7 out of 12. The Drafters main is at 5 out of 12. We're making some progress. What's yuck? What's yuck? Amen. Amen. I'm very close to sending you a StreamYard invite right now, so you can get on the stream with me, and we'll draft your we'll draft your roster, and we'll see how your roster does. 100%. BDELFG, let's freaking go. Richter, shout outs to Richter. Richter, if you want to enter the giveaway, you got to answer this question, okay? We asked it earlier, but we'll ask it again, okay? There are 4 teams in the AFC East: the Patriots, the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins. Where do the Jets rank in terms of AFC East titles, total titles? We said there's 4. Oh, man, Wasim. What's up, brother? Good to see you in here. These are 2 guys who need to queue up in either the mini right now, the $2 tournament, or the $15 tournament. Good to see both of you beautiful folks. Shout out to Richter, Zach, Captain Zach. Captain, my captain, one of my favorite teammates. Both of these guys, some of the favorite teammates I ever played with. Greg Kellogg says, send me the StreamYard. I will happily jump in. Okay, please DM me your email address. Let's do this. And you know what? This is great because we get to talk football. We get to talk theory. And if you guys don't know who Greg Kellogg is, he is one of the original fantasy football writers. Like everybody who's somebody in the fantasy football world knows and respects Greg Kellogg. His word is bond. So the fact that he's pushing the RB heavy here, I love it. I really want to get the rationale behind it. And if he wants to jump on my stream, it would be an absolute honor and privilege. Greg, just send me a DM on Twitter with your email address that's connected to your StreamYard, and I'll send it to you. 100%, I'll send it to you. And then you'll pick this team. This will be your team. I love this. Okay. All right. Sending the email. All right. It's got the same logo, so I believe it went through. Let me know if you've gotten it. Oh, the $2 mini has started. Awesome. Perfect time, Greg. Jump in here, man. I'm gonna leave the drafters main. Honestly, I'm gonna unregister for the drafters main, and since we're in the mini, we'll do that. We have nice. Okay, so we got Willie86 in here. What's up? He's at the 101. Wasim's at the 102. Shout out to you, Wasim, for jumping in here. We got the 112. Wow. We got the 112. Is there anybody else that we know in here? Hola, amigos. What's up, brother? Greg, did you get the link? All right. Let's go to the draft board. Hola, amigos from Willie. What's up, Willie? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. To enter the giveaway, okay, let's just do it from the top. If you've already entered, great. If you're just coming in, just put hashtag disco, like so. Hashtag disco, like so, to enter the giveaway, and we'll give you guys a ticket for the drafters main tonight. And this is what we do. This is proper showbiz. We do this on the fly. Yeah. Greg, you're gonna have to open it from your email, brother. Hopefully we could get you in here. I got a link to what the frick. Okay. Invite. Send it to you again. All right, it should be there. Let me send it to you. And then I'll send it to you this way. I try. That's so weird. Okay. Frick. Because when I go to invite here, okay, I'll copy. Log on to Twitter. All right. Messages, Greg. This should work. I hope this works. All right, I sent it to you on Twitter, buddy. What's the hashtag for? My son was talking. Oh, just to enter the giveaway. For people who are just tuning in, just to enter the giveaway. People are already in the giveaway, but just to enter the giveaway, just put that hashtag in. Greg's not going to be happy. Hopefully, he gets in here before it's our term. WhatsApp says I'm at the 102. Yeah, no, I shouted you out, brother. Good to see you there. Good to see you. Tyreek Hill at the 102. You value Tyreek Hill more than CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson this year? Just curious. I'm very curious because this is the guy who's dominated our fantasy football league. The last there he is. Okay. What's up, Greg?
Just checking to make sure we don't have audio problems.
We're good. So we're on the clock right now. People who are available: Jahmyr Gibbs, Marvin Harrison, Drake London, Jonathan Taylor. We got back-to-back picks. You got 12 seconds.
JT.
Jonathan Taylor. All right, who's your next pick?
Back-to-back, give me Gibbs.
Saquon's also available.
Oh, Barkley's available?
Yes, sir.
Is it PPR? Is it PPR?
It is PPR.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Saquon.
All right.
I like him in Philly.
All right, so we're starting off strong with Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley. Greg, you made it.
I did.
Glad to have you here. I'm shocked you took Saquon over your home team player, the Jahmyr Gibbs guy.
Saquon's going to be the full-time back there. He's going to be the bell cow. Gibbs is still going to share with Montgomery. I like Gibbs. I do, just not in the first round.
I would say I like Gibbs a lot too, but I much rather get a David Montgomery where he's falling, which is usually like round 8, round 9. He has more of a touchdown upside, and he's good as like an RB3, RB4 in these builds. So for the people who don't know you, Greg, because I feel like I did a disservice introducing you to the show. Please tell us the history of Greg Kellogg, and I'm very excited to just sit here and pick your brain because you're one of the greatest people to ever talk fantasy football and do fantasy football. So first and foremost, thank you for just hopping on. It's such a privilege and an honor to have you. So the floor is yours. Introduce yourself to the beautiful folks of Big Draft Energy Nation.
I started playing in 1986. That was my very first league. I started writing. We didn't do podcasts back then in 1990. Hooked up with Bob Harris, good friend. We used to talk till wee hours of the night. And basically, he and I did one of the first podcasts ever, but he would cut the responses. He would tape responses that players had to certain reporters. And then he'd send me a list of questions. I'd record the question and he'd paste them together like I was asking the player. That was our podcasting back in the early 90s. In 2004, I won an FSWA award for the best in-season article or series for fantasy football. And in 2010, I went into the FSWA Hall of Fame with Matthew Berry, Scott Ingle, Greg Ambrosius, and Eric Tarabell, first class.
Wow. What a privilege and honor to have you here. This draft is all yours. Are you able to see the board on your screen? Can you see?
It's very small, so I can't read the players.
When I pull it up like this, is this good?
Not really. Let me see if I can expand the picture.
Okay.
Now I can see it. I expanded the picture.
Perfect. So when we're about to be on the clock, I'll pull up the slider view and I'll just scroll up and down. You tell me to scroll up and down. We're at the 112, so you have back-to-back picks. Once again, it's 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex. You got 20 rounds. Our first 2 rounds are in the books. I'm very curious to see where you go with this. So
I can tell you right now, if he gets to me, I'm taking Kelsey.
Travis Kelce?
Yep.
I'll cue him up. So Kelsey's there. Cooper Kupp's also there.
Yeah, I'm not as high on Kupp as you are.
Especially at the one in the 3rd round?
Yeah. I think Puka's the bigger receiving threat there.
So last year for sure.
McBride? Well, seriously?
Yeah. People are so invested in what happened last year, right? They're writing off Travis Kelce the same way. Like, I wouldn't say you're writing off Cooper Kupp, but like, you got to look at it this way. Historically, Cooper Kupp has dealt with injuries for sure. If Cooper Kupp was fully healthy, he definitely would have filled in that role.
Bring up the wide receivers after you take Kelsey for me.
Okay.
I just want to see which ones are available.
Yeah, and we'll see if Kelsey falls to us. There's still 2 people ahead of us.
Yep, I see that.
Okay, DJ Moore gone. Derrick Henry's still available, by the way, so that could be a fun one.
Yeah, if he's available, he will be. I'll take him before the wide receivers. I can get wide receivers late.
All right, I'm very curious to see what you do with this draft, brother.
Yeah.
And once again, thank you for hopping on here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Is everybody able to hear Greg all right? I can hear you perfectly. It sounds beautiful. This person's probably going to snag Cooper Kupp here.
If he does,
he got Kyler Murray. Okay, so
give me Kelsey and Henry.
Kelsey and Henry. Okay, so your start so far: Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Travis Kelce, Derrick Henry. Very, very unique. Fantasy Fish says
it's actually old school. It's what we call stud running back. You get 3 running backs in the first 5 rounds. It's old school. That's all.
It is the complete opposite of how I've approached these drafts. But if you want to win these drafts, you got to get unique. So I'm very excited to see what kind of value we get, because we're good at tight end until like very late, or until you see another name that you like that you want to put with a tight end. So with a build like this, right? For in terms of roster construction, you can go 3 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 8 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. With a start like this, what kind of roster construction would you typically look for? Like, how many quarterbacks are we looking to get here? How
It,
many?
it, it depends on who I get.
Okay,
If somebody like Mahomes falls to my next pick, he shouldn't, but if he does, then I'll go 2 quarterback. If
okay,
I don't get a Mahomes, then I'll probably go 3.
okay. Fair
And,
enough.
and with Kelsey, I'm definitely only going two tight ends if I even take a second one.
Well, since it is best ball format, you kind of do need one, but I also understand where you're coming from. Like, you can kind of just like say screw it to that position for 1 week and be strong everywhere else, especially if you want to build up at the wide receiver value. So I'm very curious to see how you're doing. Let's see how our
Many
other.
roster spots gives you a lot of play.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So Willie 86, who's one of the original disco balls, he's listened to you. He's actually taking a very similar approach. He's gone Christian McCaffrey at the 101, Devon A-Chain at the 102, Josh Allen 3, Dalton Kincaid, and then he just took his first wide receiver in Keenan Allen. So
Yeah,
that's
now if I'm him, I probably back up A-Chain with Jalen Wright. I think I worry about A-Chain's weight. I really do.
now would you still invest in Raheem Mostert if you have H-N, or would you rather go with a
I,
Jalen Wright?
I'd rather go with Wright because I think either one of those two guys gets hurt, Wright's coming in, and it's best ball. So you want the guy that's lightning in the bottle, and that's Jalen Wright. Now, in the fantasy cares elimination, I love Jalen Wright because he has a fumbling issue, and fumbles are plus 4 points in those leagues. So,
That that
and
I need
touchdowns are only 2 points. So a
I,
fumble's
I need
twice as valuable as a touchdown.
I need to get into more of these different scoring formatted leagues. Last
Yeah,
year, I
this
kind
one's
of
different. It's weird.
it sounds weird if you're gaining points for fumbles. That is super weird. But last year, I entered like a super flex IDP. It was my first IDP and my first super flex,
Yeah.
and boy, was that weird. And I was actually a guest on another show, and they laughed at me because I took Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud, and Trey Lance. So I had CJ Stroud relatively the whole season. Anthony Richardson was pretty good, but one of the hosts who was
Bring up
laughing
the quarterbacks for me real quick, please.
quarterbacks,
Yeah.
sure. You got Anthony Richardson, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott. Um, Anthony Richardson would be right around ADP.
Yeah, I'm going to go Burrow.
Okay, so Burrow would be 27 picks later based on ADP.
Yeah, I don't follow ADP. So
I
with
love
my
it.
next pick, take Burrow.
Okay, and then you want me to pull up receivers, or what position you want me to pull up next?
Receivers. I need
Okay,
to get one.
all right. We'll go Joe Burrow. All right, Joe Burrow has been taken. So receivers, you got Amari Cooper, Xavier Worthy, Jaden Reed, Hollywood Brown, Calvin Ridley, Chris Godwin, Roma Dunze, Keon Coleman, Lad McConkey, Deontay Johnson. Any names pop up to you?
Give me Deontay Johnson.
Okay. I like what you're doing here because this is very out of the ordinary. This is very unique.
Yep.
We're gonna mark this down as our 31st mini as the Greg draft, and we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna do a quick little promo here about what we're doing, and then I'll go right back to picking your brain if that's all right with you.
That's fine. Yep.
All right, folks. If you guys didn't know, this is a real money draft. There's real money on the line here. We wanted to do the drafters main, but that wasn't filling, so we actually got into the drafters mini. So this is a $2 buy-in. There's $20,000 in total prizes, and so sorry, 20,000 at first, $100,000 in total prizes. The fact that you can win 20,000 bucks on a $2 investment is pretty sweet. And whatever you start your journey with drafters. As long as you use promo code DiscoDrafts1, we will match your initial deposit. So we will double your initial deposit. So if say you put $25, you'll have $50 to use here. That's 25 of these drafts. That's 25 shots on net and opportunities to get into the money here, which is pretty sweet, pretty dandy. Once again, the promo code is DiscoDrafts1.
So
All right.
if I win this, I'm not taking the cash.
You just tell me where to donate it.
Fantasy Cares.
Okay. Is there any chance that
or keep it yourself? You paid for it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Or split it.
Jay Sieg. What's up, Jonathan Siegel? He says, let me give you a like here, big fella.
I don't know if he's talking about you, you're a huge man, or me, who's just a big guy.
I think you're larger than life in terms of your presence in the fantasy football world. Respect is very common when your name is in the area. Shout out to Jay Sieg. I've had the privilege of working with Jay Sieg. I look forward to working with Jay Sieg in the future. Literally the best voice in fantasy football. I don't care what anybody says. The best voice in fantasy football. 1.5 like my man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for tuning in. So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Why Deontay Johnson over all the other names I mentioned at the wide receiver position?
I like his quarterback, and I think that he gets great separation on his routes, and that's hugely important.
And with the addition of Coach Canales, we know that they like to favor one wide receiver there, wherever Canales is the offensive coordinator from.
That could be because of what he had, too.
I mean, you have a Tyler Lockett and a DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf ate way more than Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett did get his, but that it wasn't to the caliber that DK did. And then last year he had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, both high caliber wide receivers. Chris Godwin went way higher, but it looked like Mike Evans was the favorite receiver based off of scheming. So I'm thinking you don't make a move for Deontay Johnson like that and not expect to utilize him as your wide receiver one. So that's why I'm personally high on Deontay Johnson, but I do like the Bryce Young situation there. I think it's a great situation. The coaching situation is phenomenal. And they made a lot of good moves this offseason. A lot of phenomenal moves this offseason.
Is Xavier Worthy still out?
Xavier Worthy was drafted 3 picks after.
Christian Kirk's gone.
Yeah. So let's pull up the wide receivers.
Oh, I see him right there. He's under, is that Tyson 7?
It's Lions. Lionson.
Yeah, he got him last round.
Yeah. So Keon Coleman, let's pull up the wide receivers here. So you're looking for another wide receiver?
Yes, I am.
You got Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas, Christian Watson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Rashee Rice, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Lockett.
You skipped my Detroit boy.
You want Jameson?
No, I don't. I thought it was funny that you skipped him.
Yeah, sorry.
Bring up the quarterbacks. I may take my second here.
You got Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, Tua, Justin Herbert, Kirk Cousins.
All right. Is Trevor in the same division as Burrow?
No.
Okay, then give me Trevor.
Okay.
And let's go back to wide receivers.
Okay, Brian Thomas, you can get a little stack there. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Rashee Rice, Jameson, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Lockett.
Let's go with Jackson Smith and Jigba.
All right.
I think he rebounds this year.
All right. Jackson Smith and I agree with you there. I just my only issue with the receiving core in general for Seattle is I don't trust the quarterback play, whoever the quarterback may be.
Oh, I think Sam Howell may take over.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not a big believer in Geno Smith. Geno was, since we were talking about Deontay, he was a very big beneficiary of coaching, especially with the offensive coordinator. That's why Canales is in Carolina. They needed a quarterback whisperer, quarterback guru, somebody who knows how to move the rock and be efficient with the rock. So since we're talking about Carolina, and it's a very weird team to talk about, but I feel like they're going to shock a lot of people this season. I feel like they're going to be better than bad. Who's your favorite to win that running back room? Because right now everybody's writing off Miles Sanders.
there's no favorite.
It's Jordan Brooks, no matter
It's
what.
Brooks, yeah.
Okay, okay. So you're riding with Jordan Brooks no matter what.
Well, he's going to win the job. I don't think he's going to be effective this year.
I is
A
that
year
because he's
off,
coming
a
off of a
year
knee?
off that, a year off that knee, and it's not even a full year off
Yeah,
the knee. It won't be a full year until November. So I don't think he'll be the top rookie running back this year. Now, long term, he's probably the best bet for dynasty.
yeah, definitely.
But you know me, I'm a Michigan guy. I love Blake Corum this year, even though um, he's got Kyron Williams in front of him.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like both of them are going to be utilized, and I think it's tough to project their floor, but both of their ceilings is still really high, especially in that team, that scheme, that offensive unit.
Yeah.
So I still like Kyron a lot. I still like Corum a lot. I really do like those guys. So what about Miles Sanders? So since you said, we will see Jordan Brooks ramp up slowly, would you take a Miles Sanders in the 20th round? Would you take a Chuba in, like, say, round 13, 14?
I would not take Chuba in 13 or 14. I might take Sanders in 20, but I doubt it. I just think there's people I'd rather have a Tracy in New
Okay.
York, you
Yeah,
know?
I like Tyrone Tracy. I like the game that he had the best and most unique skill set out of all the running backs coming into this draft.
Yep.
And he was the most intriguing prospect coming into this draft. And I feel like New York can be a really good situation. Yes, Devin Singletary is there, and he's ahead of him in terms of the pecking order. But I do
Can you scroll up the receivers?
absolutely. You got Lockett, Shakir, Sutton, Mike Williams, Palmer, Shaheed, Jacoby Myers, Adonai Mitchell, Gabe Davis, Brandon Cooks, Jahan Dotson, Jerry Jeudy, Josh Downs, Leggett, Wicks, Mooney, Ricky Pershall.
Purcell goes way up in value if one of them is gone.
Yeah. JC says, Greg and BDE, let's go. What's up, JC? Good to see you, brother. I hope you're having a wonderful day. JC's such a good guy, man. I'm so happy he got to win the giveaway yesterday. That was so cool that he won the giveaway. So I'm looking forward to drafting with him as well in one of these drafts. So was there any names that intrigued you? Because I know you mentioned Pershall and his value would go up significantly should Ayuk or Debo leave or anything happen to them.
Yep. Yeah, but I don't think you draft him this early. That's
No,
all.
definitely not. Definitely not.
If it gets to me, I'll probably go ahead and go with Tyler Lockett here.
Okay, so we'll have a double.
He's not exciting, but he's dependable.
Yep. Yep.
So, and you need one or two dependable guys in the best ball.
He's a spike week freak. That's what we call him, a spike week freak. He sometimes he
Well,
disappears.
that's why I wanted Worthy. I think Worthy is going to be the same way his
Absolutely.
rookie year. Great quarterback,
Absolutely.
great speed. And Keon
Absolutely.
Coleman would have been another. In my FCEs, I'm taking a lot of Coleman and a lot of Worthy. So
Yeah,
I like Mike Williams, but I think he might be done. And I don't trust Rodgers to stay healthy.
Would you rather invest in Mike Williams currently at ADP or Corley currently at ADP?
I don't know what to expect from Malaki Corley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know he's a rookie. I don't know what to expect from him.
Okay.
In fact, if I take a rookie, well, I'm probably going back wide receivers. Yeah, go ahead and give me Tyler Lockett. Then give me your boy from Burton from Cincinnati.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's early for him, but it gives me the matchup.
Yeah, you got a stack there. You also have a double stack wide receiver position with Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
You do have two phenomenal quarterbacks, so a Geno Smith or Sam Howell probably wouldn't be necessary. But once again, this is your show. This is your show. This is your draft. I'm just here for it, and I love picking your brain. I love hearing, what you have to say and all that good stuff. I will say 100%.
Well, you don't like the running backs. You like to take them late. I like to take them early. But typically, if I wasn't at the end of the draft, I probably wouldn't have gone running back. I'd have probably gone running back, wide receiver.
It's perfectly fine, and like you're welcome to come here anytime. Like honestly, the door is always open to you whenever you want to hop in.
Well, we got to get you on. JC's going to set up some best balls. I don't know if he's going to use sleeper or what. And I know you work with the drafters people. Speaking of which, I sent their support desk a ticket asking them. I will gladly support them and promote them, but I won't take any money if I win. I'll put the money in and I'll use your code to double it. But I need to talk to one of them to make sure that if I win, the money goes directly to Fantasy Cares, never comes to me. I don't
Oh,
want it to come to me.
I honestly, I speak to drafters every day before the stream and every day after the stream. I'll let them know that you reached out and you said that,
Yep.
and I'll also let them know to respond to you immediately. You should get a response within the next 24 hours. That's not a problem.
Yep. It's fine. Just have them call me. I gave them my phone number.
Perfect. Yeah, no, and they're really good. Honestly, their customer care there is top notch. It's very 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 good there. Um, all right, let's catch up with the chat. JC says my day is wonderful because y'all are in it. Feelings mutual, my
JC
brother.
happened to get into my. I had an early pod. My pod tomorrow night was actually this afternoon with Howard Bender. Um, Howard's a great guy. He really is.
Uh, excuse my ignorance. Who's Howard?
He's with Fantasy Alarm. He started in 2016 writing. He does baseball and football, but he was writing for the New York Post, and now he's full time Fantasy Alarm, kind of in charge of the website. He's not overall charge, but I think operations manager for Fantasy Alarm. He's also in the Kings Classic drafts. Are you going to the expo this year?
I'm working on it. I'm really working on it. I'm trying my
I'll
hardest.
introduce you. He'll be there.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Stephen Hulick says Roman Wilson
I like him.
because you're a
And
Michigan guy.
yeah, but you know who else I like that wasn't drafted but is on a roster?
Who?
Cornelius Johnson, also a Michigan guy.
Where is he?
He's with the Chargers. He's with his old college coach
Fair.
on a
Fair.
team that's not really. I know they got was his Lad McConkey they drafted.
Yeah, and they also got the legacy kid, Jerry Rice's son, Brandon Rice.
Yeah, Cornelius Johnson's better than Brandon Rice, but they do have what's his name, Quentin Johnson, and you know he's not going to be asked to carry the load, and so again he's a big receiver with speed. He could give you some spike weeks, and in best ball that's what you're looking for is 3, 4, 5 spike weeks.
Absolutely, 100%. Willie says, "I appreciate the knowledge, Greg."
Oh,
Willie's
anytime, Willie.
Willie's a wonderful person. Fantasy Fish says, "What's up, JC?" JC says, "We will do a drafters collab with BDE." I mean, I would do one of the other sites, but drafters I have to do exclusively, and I'm more than willing to do drafters exclusively simply because I am from Ontario, Canada, and drafters is the only best ball tournament available in Ontario, Canada. So,
All right. I'm actually going third quarterback here. Give me Tua.
okay.
It's going to leave somebody short. And
Jahan Dotson, Blake Corum, Nick
no,
Chubb.
you give me Blake.
Okay.
Get my Michigan kid, and if it comes back to me, I'll get Roman Wilson there.
On the
That'll
way back?
yeah, that'll fill up my my Michigan Joneson.
Well, you still have 8 picks. Currently, you have 3 quarterbacks,
Yeah, and
4
that's
running backs, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. That tight end being Travis Kelce. I don't think you need I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you want to go with a 4th quarterback, by all means, this is your show. But I think you have 3 really good quarterbacks with Joe Burrow.
I'm not going with another quarterback.
No,
That'd be silly.
yeah. Right now at running back, you got Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, and Blake Corum, which
And
is
Corum's not really a starter, so I may get another long shot. I see Marshawn Lloyd in the thing, but I like the kid in Cincinnati, Brown.
Brown.
Brown, yeah. And
See?
I may go with him and then just load up on wide receivers at the end. I do need to get one more tight end. Um,
And then the rest at wide receiver.
yeah, I'm going to get one more running back and one more tight end, and then I think I will do the rest at wide receiver.
All right.
Well, maybe not. I'll have to look and see.
I,
Um,
I like the strategy, right?
yeah,
I like the strategy because like not only are you thinking about your next pick, you're also thinking about the big roster, the big overall picture with the roster construction, which is always important. You never want to tell yourself a story about how you're going to draft, especially in these best ball tournaments, but you always want to adapt on the fly and create some sort of structure in your build. So I like where your head's going.
does
This
the does the software show you? Does the software show you where their average draft position is,
Yes.
as opposed to where you'd pick them?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I'd like to know afterwards if I reached on some. I know I did on some,
Yeah. So
or
I
if
can
I
tell you
got
right now.
some bargains.
I can tell you right now. So Joe Burrow's ADP is 87.9. You took him with the 60th pick.
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence's ADP is 116.1. You took him with the 84th pick. Tua, his ADP is 127. You took him at 132nd, so he actually fell to us there. That's good. Jonathan Taylor, his ADP is 16th. You took him with the 12th. Saquon, 19.1. You took him with the 13th. Derrick Henry, 37. You got him at 37. Blake Corum, his ADP is 130. You got him at 133. So another guy who fell.
pretty
Deont-
much even. That 130, 133. That's pretty flat.
yeah. Deontay Johnson, his ADP is 70.5. You got him 61st. JSN, you got him 3 picks past ADP. His ADP is 82. You got him at 85th. Tyler Lockett, you got him several picks past ADP, 11. His ADP is 97.9. You got him at 108. Jermaine Burton, his ADP is 158.8. You got him 109th. Travis Kelce, you got him 4 picks past ADP, which is a steal in my eyes. His is 32.2. You got him with the 36th pick.
All right, so let's look at tight ends real quick. I
Sure.
already know where I'm going with the running back, so let's see what we got for tight ends.
Currently, you have Hunter Henry, Luke Musgrave, Ben Sinnott, Taysom Hill, Jawan Johnson, Cade Otton, Jonnu Smith, Isaiah Likely, Tyler Conklin, Noah Fant, Chigozimo Konku, Jatavian Sanders, Mike Gesicki, Tucker Kraft, Darren Waller, Dawson Knox, Michael Mayer.
Okay, so Waller is probably going to retire.
Yeah, so I like Theo Johnson, and Theo Johnson goes undrafted or as pick 20. He
Does
usually
he
goes
really?
undrafted. Yeah.
All right. So with the next one, give me Brown, running back Brown.
Okay. I believe he's gone.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go wide receivers real quick then.
Okay,
Don't want
Quentin
to
Johnson, Troy Franklin, Jalen Polk, Michael Wilson, Malachi Corley, Javon Baker, Marvin Mims, Luke McCaffrey, Wandell Robinson, Rashad Bateman. Don't take the Bateman.
give me Luke. Give me Luke McCaffrey. Luke McCaffrey.
Okay, and then
Give me Quentin Johnson.
okay, we were just talking about him earlier.
Yeah, we were. I was going to get Roman Wilson, but I didn't see him on the list.
He must be gone.
Oh, I got my next pick if it comes back to me.
Okay, yeah, Roman Wilson was taken pick 154. We were up at 156.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. We're just going to answer a few here.
You've got
JC says this squad is fire for Greg, especially in best ball. Absolutely.
Well, we'll see. We'll
Ron
see.
says, do you draft differently each draft? I try to. I generally try to. What about you, Greg? Do you have
I haven't done a lot of best balls this year, so I can't answer. But yeah, there are certain players I'm going to try to get on all my rosters, and there are certain players that I'm going to vary. I mean, everything depends on how the draft flows, what position you're drafting from. I don't go in with a preconceived notion.
Yeah.
I'll go in with a decision on position more than on player.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's tough, especially in this format, because you don't know where you're picking from until you're in the lobby and you're almost on the clock.
Yeah.
Right. The moment so you have to be able to adapt on the fly. I think my best piece of advice for anybody is have some sort of draft guide either create your own draft guide where you have certain players in tier rankings and where they rank in ADP, not just like ADP on the app you're drafting, but your personal ADP, where they should be taken if they're falling. So I would say either create your own or invest in one of these content creators draft guides. I make a draft guide personally. Mine is free for
I
anybody.
don't think Brown's gone.
Brown is 100% gone.
I don't see him on the board. He must have gone real
Right
early.
here, pick 111.
Can you put your mouse over so I can see?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, he
Yeah.
did go really early.
Yeah, he usually goes around round 10, round 11. Yeah. It's crazy to see that he went ahead of Gus Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guy I was going to take is Kamani Vidal, and he's gone now.
Yeah.
So bring up the running backs again.
I got you. So you got Bucky Irving, Tyrone Tracy, J.K. Dobbins, Khalil. Somebody just got drafted. One of the running backs got drafted. Who was it? Khalil Herbert got drafted.
Okay.
Tyrone Tracy, J.K. Dobbins, Roshan Johnson, Elijah Mitchell, Damian Pierce, Audric Esteem, Donta Foreman, Will Shipley, Evan Hull, Isaac Garendo, a guy I'm very high on. I really do like him. Dylan Loeb. In the new return game, I feel like he may get into the end zone a couple times, but I'm not picking him. Tank Bigsby, Samaje Perine, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Braylon Allen, who's one of my favorite running backs in general.
He's a big back that runs small.
You think he runs small?
Yeah, he does. He doesn't get behind his pads. If you watch his feet, what I've heard said is that everybody wished that Corum had his size, or that he had Corum's shiftiness, he had Corum's running style.
I mean, like, if you're that big, everybody's expecting you to hit them head on. But if you're going to try to get a couple extra yards, I don't hate the idea. I think his best player comparison, and like, he's a poor man's Derrick Henry. He's a poor man's LeGarrette Blount. He's a poor man's.
Well, he doesn't run nearly as hard as Henry or Blount. Bring up the wide receivers.
Yes, sir. Javon Baker, Wan'Dale Robinson, Rashad Bateman, Demario Douglas, Zay Jones, Malik Washington, Devontae Walker, Jalen McMillan, Odell Beckham Jr. You're up.
Scroll back up. Give me, God, I don't like these. Give me Zay Jones. He's good for a couple big games.
Okay.
And go to tight ends.
Jonnu Smith, Isaiah Likely, Tyler Conklin, Noah Fant, Chigozie Okonkwo, Jatavian Sanders, Gesicki, Tucker Kraft, Darren Waller, Dawson Knox, Michael Mayer, Davis Allen, Zach Ertz.
Go find me the kid that's in New York.
I
know Theo Johnson. Yeah,
got him.
I know that's late. You like Eric All, but I think is he gone already?
No, Eric All and Theo Johnson are both tight ends that I absolutely love this year, especially in best ball format. If you're going tight end late, which I try to do quite a bit, because like if you don't get a Travis Kelce or a Sam Laporta or an Evan Ingram or Kyle Pitts early on, you're going to have to get 3-4 tight ends. So Theo Johnson and Eric All are both in phenomenal situations, and they're both relatively undrafted. They go undrafted in majority of these tournaments. The only times I ever see them drafted is when they're on my roster.
All right, let's go back to running backs and scroll. I want to go a little bit slower with a little more time because this is going to be my last running back.
Okay. Tracy's still available, but he probably won't be available on the way back.
Yeah.
Evans, Roshan, Elijah Mitchell, Damian Pierce, Esteem. Miles Sanders is going undrafted as well.
Keep going.
Donta Foreman, who's in Cleveland now.
I'm reading it. You don't have to tell me. Just scroll up a little bit.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. Okay. I really like Israel, Izzy, but he's not getting the opportunities.
Well,
I thought somebody signed Blake Watson. No?
No, he's still a free agent, I believe.
Oh, okay. Go back up to the top. Whoa. I'm going back and forth in my head, Tyrone Tracy or
Tracy's gone.
Oh, is he gone already? All
Yeah.
right.
Tracy's gone. Dobbins just got taken off the board.
All right. Go back to wide receivers. That'll give me some time. I'll get a couple wide receivers. Scroll down. Keep going.
Like I've been finding.
DJ Chark.
Love DJ Chuck. We'll queue him up.
Okay, keep going. Uh, Give me Josh Reynolds. He's inconsistent, but he had some really big days for Detroit last year,
Yeah,
and so give me those two if they make it.
and I mean, like, being in Denver, there is definitely a vacancy at that wide receiver 2 position, and I wouldn't say necessarily a vacancy. I would say there's more of a competition. Like it could be Tim Patrick, but Tim Patrick.
I like Tim Patrick, but he hadn't played well in a lot of years.
He hasn't played in general. He's been injured.
Yeah.
He's had catastrophic preseason injuries.
Yeah.
Marvin Mims, I love the player. He's averaging 19 yards per reception when he does get the rock. Definitely
He didn't get enough.
The rookie they got from is it Troy Franklin from Oregon? Him and Bo Nix have some.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah.
Is he available?
No, he's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, he was gone in round 14, pick 167.
Yeah, I figured he'd be gone. Most of the top rookies are gone already, I would guess.
Did you want to look at running backs once again, real quick, or
I'm probably just going to go with either Garindo or Mitchell.
okay? Elijah
But I
Mitchell.
want those two wide receivers first.
You want the 2 wide receivers first. Okay.
Yeah.
So DJ Chark, Josh Reynolds.
Yep.
Got him. All right, let's catch up with the chat here, and then we'll queue up a few players for you.
Okay, what round am I in? I just did 18, so I got 2 players left.
Yeah, you got rounds 19 and 20 left.
Okay. Can you bring up my roster
Absolutely.
so I can look at that real quick? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I need one more running back. 1, 2, 3. Well, only 3 running backs can start.
Yeah, but you gotta. I mean, you don't have to, but typically, like you go for depth based off of injuries, handcuffs.
Yeah.
I know I'm preaching to the choir.
Keaton Mitchell, maybe.
A double stack there.
Jalen McMillan. No, that's not. I was thinking Jaleel McLaughlin, but I'm sure he's gone from Denver.
McLaughlin was taken round 15, pick 172.
Yeah. I figured he was gone.
Is Garindo still available? Because I'm very high on him.
Scroll down a little bit.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. You're on all, yeah. Go ahead and mark him.
Yep.
Scroll down. I have 2 tight ends, right?
Correct.
Okay. Go ahead and mark Braylon Allen, too.
Okay. He's one of my favorite handcuffs in football this year.
How many wide receivers do I have on the roster?
9.
I've got 9?
Yeah, you have 9.
Oh, then maybe I'll just go running back.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. If one of those 2 breaks out, it's worth it.
How do you feel about Samaje Perine and Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell this year? I'm not going to.
I don't. Samaje Perine might not even be on the roster.
Fair assessment. They did just bring in a new rookie. Julian McLaughlin was phenomenal. Jamal Williams.
Anyway, was there something in the chat you wanted to?
Yeah, I'll catch up on that in 1 second. Jamal Williams is an RB2, and I just realized he's at the very bottom of the board here.
Oh, yeah. Mark him. He's a former Detroit guy. I might grab him.
Yeah.
Just one of the 2 rookies.
Honestly, I might start taking some late shots on him.
Yeah.
I didn't like him last year based on
he was hurt. He was hurt all year.
But if he's free this year, I like him if he's free this year. That's for sure.
Well, Kamara's the starter there, right?
100%. 100%.
But he's not getting any younger.
No, but they also didn't do much there other than make that run game.
That's why I like Jamal.
They make that run game a lot better. So Ben Sinnott, JC says Ben Sinnott landing in a great offense and immediate impact. I love
I like
everything
Snow.
the Commanders did. I love everything the Commanders did this offseason. I absolutely love it. I love the head
My
coach.
problem with Sanat for this is that he's got a rookie quarterback,
Yeah,
and rookie quarterbacks generally only really support one guy.
true. Ron says, I agree with you, JC. I also agree with JC. JC says, appreciate that.
JJ's gone, right? Yeah, there he is, Jay McCarthy. Yeah, can't imagine he was still out there.
Who?
JJ McCarthy,
Yeah.
Lions, and
Yeah. That's really early for JJ McCarthy in these drafts. I'll be very honest. JC says, if I can get Jonathan's Brook late, I'm smiling ear to ear. He's a running back who could make your RB room boom midway through the season. Yeah, you'd be lucky to get him past the 8th round.
I think next year's a better bet for him. We're coming
Yeah.
up, so let's go with Williams and Garende
Okay.
rather than Braylon Allen.
All right. We'll see what the Strike World Pride says.
Well, wait a minute. Is Garende going to be used on kickoff returns?
He
Go
might.
with Williams for sure.
Jamal Williams.
And I'll flip a coin. I don't care which one you grab, either one.
This is your draft. This is your last pick. You need to call
Do
it.
it with Garendo.
Okay. All right, let's look at your roster. You go Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa as your 3 quarterbacks. I think your quarterback room is absolutely spectacular, but it's nowhere near as good as your running backs. You go Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Blake Corum, Jamal Williams, who until a few seconds ago I didn't realize he was free in these drafts. And
with Detroit, his last year with Detroit, he had like 17 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Some ungodly number. Might have even been over 20. Might have even been
Rendo, who was one of the bigger backs.
If you click on Jamal Williams, does it bring up his history?
Yep.
How many touchdowns he have with Detroit? Oh, that's just one season.
That was 17.
Huh?
In Detroit, that was 17.
Was it 17? Yeah.
It was 17. Yeah, and Isaac Garendo, who was one of the biggest backs, but also the fastest back in this year's combine, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Wide receiver, Deontay Johnson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Tyler Lockett. So you got that wide receiver 2 double stack in Seattle. Jermaine Burton, who I am very high on, love him this year. And Jermaine Burton pairs very well with Joe Burrow. So you have a nice stack there as well. Luke McCaffrey, who I was very high on as well. So I love that you picked him. Quentin Johnston, who burnt me and so many others last year, but
he's my wide receiver 6. He's my wide receiver 6. So.
For sure. Zay Jones, DJ Chark, who I love this year, especially as a late pick, and Josh Reynolds, who is now in Denver. And at the tight end position, you got Travis Kelce, and you got him at a great value. And then you got Theo Johnson, who, like, this is why I need to tell the folks, this is why we do these best ball drafts early, because the moment Darren Waller retires, Theo Johnson
skyrockets.
He skyrockets. You're going to be lucky to get him in 13 rounds. So that's why we do these drafts early. That's why we do it before June. That's why we get in here and we call our shots. We call the Theo Johnsons. We call the Eric Alls. Last year we called the Sam Laportas. We made those calls and we hit those calls. That was fun. That was a very fun draft. All right, let's announce the winner.
All right. I love these contests.
Do you?
I do. I saw one where they used, I think it was Fantasy Cares. They used a football field and football players running 100 yards. You need to up your contest game. JC uses a duck race.
Yeah, we did the football player race last year for our community draft, and I ended up getting pick 101. Yeah, I did terribly in our community last year, so I'm looking to redeem myself in the dynasty. So, the winner of our giveaway, and I swear to God, like, it's not fixed. It's not fixed. It's not fixed at all. Where are you? This guy.
Well, this guy, it didn't win. Wendy Early won.
Wendy Early Congratulations on winning the giveaway. You're too kind. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence
Yeah,
and
get
stuff.
on the horn. Get on the horn to your drafters guys, and I definitely will promote them on my show. And if they give me a 15 to 30-second read, I will read it before every show.
For sure. Absolutely. You just shoot me
But
a
I don't want
DM.
any money from them.
Yeah,
I
just
just have to make sure that if I win anything, it can go directly to Fantasy Cares.
yeah, I'm sure that's something that can be sorted. Just send me exactly what you need from them and I'll relay the message and also tell them to message you back.
Okay.
Greg, can you rate Roast My Squad taking Cornelius Johnson with the last pick available? All right, Willie86 has a request. Do you have time to rate Willie's?
Sure, bring it up. Let me
All
know.
right.
But you need to understand, it doesn't matter how good or bad you are at fantasy. You have just as much chance of being right as I do.
Exactly. A lot can happen.
That's
Let
right.
me just change the view so you can see it. Okay. So he goes with a two quarterback build. Josh Allen, Derek Carr. Running backs, you would like this. CMC, Devon Achane, Alvin Kamara. He goes with a double stack with Raheem Mostert. So he didn't take your advice on the Jalen, right? And then Tyler Algier, who's another great handcuff situation.
Yeah, but I don't expect. Okay, first of all, A Chain I don't trust because he's 188 pounds, and they drafted his replacement. Now everybody thinks they're drafting Mostert's replacement. Mostert's 33 years. I do not like your running backs. I like McCaffrey, who wouldn't, but the rest of them, um, I don't think you're going to get very many weeks where your flex is a running back.
Not even
Um,
Alvin Kamara or Tyler Algier?
Tyler Algier's going to get a lot less looks this year than he did last year.
Okay. Okay.
I'm much higher on Bijan this year than I was last year.
Okay. Okay.
But
I like your running back room personally, but I mean everybody has their opinions, and it's all theory until it's not, right? So
yeah,
I like your running backs. Greg, not so much. He likes CMC. I have zero exposure to CMC so far. Wide receiver, he goes Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, Curtis Samuel. I'm so high on Curtis Samuel this year. Jacoby Myers, Brandon Cooks, Darnell Mooney, Adam Thielen, A.T. Perry, Darius Slayton, Cornelius Johnson. Your boy Cornelius.
yeah, okay. You're going to have to watch preseason, see how it plays out. Um, I I love Keenan Allen. I think he's being undervalued this year, to be honest. But he's on a 1 year lease, so they're probably going to try to get Rome and Dunze in. If I were you, I would have drafted Rome to go with Keenan. Um, I love DeAndre Hopkins, but I just don't know if Levis can get him the ball. Um, Jacoby Myers he's pretty solid.
How do you feel about Curtis Samuel this year?
Curtis Samuel, I like his location, but we've got to see. You know, they kind of gave up all their talent at wide receiver. Stephon Diggs was their guy. He's the one that took all the double coverage. So now you've got Keon Coleman and Curtis Samuel, and we're not sure who the coverage is going to roll to right
Well, I
now.
mean, we know that Khalil Shakir is.
I love his quarterback, and that's always good. Did he take Josh? He took Josh Allen, right?
He did.
So that's a double stack. So even if Curtis
He also
Samuel
has
is
Dalton Kincaid.
average, even if he's average, that gives you double points. So that's always good.
Yeah.
I'm not as big on Brandon Cooks. He's disappointed me a lot, but you got him relatively late. I
Yeah.
think I think Thielen is being undervalued.
Once
All
again.
he does is get open. That's
Yep.
all he does.
Yep.
I don't know what to expect from A.T. Perry.
Me neither.
Darius Slayton, you're depending on Daniel Jones, and the best, in my opinion, the best wide receiver in the draft actually went to New York. I'm not as big on Marvin Harrison Jr. as I am on Neighbors. I think Neighbors is the top guy, and Cornelius Johnson has to earn a job. But he's a Michigan guy, so I'm going to cheer for him.
For sure. And then
And
tight
if
end,
last year, Cornelius Johnson played second fiddle to Roman Wilson. Michigan doesn't put up enough passing to have two dominant wide receivers. Johnson's good. If you look at him in 22, he had a good year.
Yeah.
So he's got talent. I love Kincaid. I think you wasted a pick on Waller because I really think he's going to retire.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm with you. I'm almost 90% sure Darren Waller's going to retire. All in all, I really like your roster there. A lot of good correlation. I'm a lot higher.
It could be great, but you took a lot of shots. That's all. I like the elderly spokesman that you put in your wide receiver core, but I would have peppered a couple of the rookies in with it.
For sure, for sure. And I mean, like once again, it's all theory, it's all shots. I think the only thing I would change is I would have swapped out Darren Waller and maybe one of your like middle draft picks. Who was it that you took at
I'd
the
have probably taken a better quarterback too.
instead of Brandon Cooks or Darnell Mooney? I probably would have looked for Roy Davis just to get a little bit more correlation
Yeah.
with the Buffalo Bills. I really do like Ray Davis a lot. But all in all, good draft, very solid draft. Always a pleasure and privilege to draft with you. Congratulations, Wendy, for winning our giveaway tonight. Thank you so much for hopping in here.
Thanks for having me.
Fantasy Fish says Jamal Williams should benefit from the new OC as well. Agreed. The fix in L. Congrats, Greg, Wendy. Well, we hit 600 subscribers. And as I said, when we hit 600 subscribers, there's going to be more giveaways. So tomorrow night, guess what? We're doing another giveaway.
Now, I'll be watching your tomorrow night show when my wife is gone. My daughter's flying in tomorrow, and then my wife and my daughter are heading off to the West Coast to do actually a yard sale for my daughter. So I'll have like 4 or 5 days where I wall to wall podcasts.
Well, if you ever have the time and you're free to hop on and talk football with me while we draft here,
It's fun.
Yeah, you're always welcome to join. To the folks who tuned in, thank you guys so much for your support and tuning in. We're going to be tweeting out nonstop information about schedule and how we feel the schedule release is going and all the implications for the bye weeks and all that good other stuff. We're going to be tweeting that out. We're definitely going to be pivoting tomorrow based on how we draft, trying to avoid bye Mageddon. But until tomorrow night, where we're doing another giveaway, y'all have a wonderful evening. Good night, folks. Greg, please, before we go, I'm sorry. Let the folks know where they can find you on like YouTube, Twitter.
Well, my Twitter handle's on the page right there at Gregory L. Kellogg. I do a weekly podcast with the sports affiliation people, Thursday nights at 7:00 Eastern time, so that it leads right into the game. Talk to Iggy. He's going to try to do a show before my show, then my show, and then they're going to do a watch party for Thursday Night Football once the season starts. So stay tuned with the sports affiliation. Disco is with the sports affiliation. He's not officially a member, but he should be because he's there all the time, and we consider him family. So.
I mean, if I do, and a major if I do come to the expo, you guys are the guys who I'm going to be hanging out with that entire time.
Well, we're going to be, no, I'm going to put you with some of the OGs. I'm going to let you get to know all of them. So if you get there, I will introduce you around.
I generally appreciate that. That's very kind of you. And once again, man, I got really lucky just meeting some of the best names in fantasy football, including yourself. So thank you again for jumping on the stream. Thank you again for tuning in, you beautiful folks. I say this all the time, and I'll say it again. It takes a village, and I love my freaking village. Y'all have a good night. Peace.